Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Not RV. Let's talk about solar. Remember, if you want to learn more and make less mistakes while RVing, be sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like and a comment down below. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. So I wanted to go ahead and do a, maybe 3 or 4 week, very short videos. We're going to try and keep them to just a few minutes and talk about some in-depth solar stuff. So we're going to go ahead and start from the top down. So in this week's episode, we're going to go and talk about the solar panels themselves. Okay, so let's talk about it. So for example, I have 5,380 watts of solar. So when you are sizing your system, some people think to oversize, some people think to undersize, some people try and aim right for the exact number that they're aiming for. It's all very difficult to do because conditions change every single day. Now, I will say that 5,380 watts of solar, if you do your math on your voltages and amps times volts equals watts, and if you have watts and you have volts, you can figure out how many amps. Okay, so for example, if I have my middle row is 1,000 watts of solar. Okay, so it's 1,000 watts and they're near 100 volts. It's like 97 or 98 volts. So I'm only moving about 10 amps through there at a time. But the reason I want to bring that kind of thing up is because some people, that's all they plan for is that 1,000 watts, okay, and 10 amps, okay, or whatever the case is. You're planning for 25 amps, you're planning for 30 amps. Well, people do that based on what the solar panels are rated for, but keep in mind, solar panels can easily make over their rated voltage or their rated amperage in watts. So while my system is 5,380 watts, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple screenshots here of where I have actually produced well over that amount of power. Let's talk about one more thing about the solar panels themselves, and that's how they are rated, because so many people think that a 100-watt panel is rated for 100 watts means that it produces 100 watts. Well, that's not the case, okay? All the manufacturers out there have to go by the same standards for rating their panels. So it means that they're tested in a lab under identical conditions across all manufacturers so that they can all be rated the same. So if there's lab conditions that are controlled and they produce a certain amount of wattage, that's what the panels are rated for. But in the real world, the sun can easily overproduce what the lab can do. Okay, especially if you have crazy days where there's, sun's really active with like a solar flare, stuff like that. It's closer in the summer than it is in the winter. You can easily make more than those lab condition wattage ratings. So just be aware of that. If your wires are sized improperly or sized just right, and you're making over, now you're putting a lot of heat through those wires that you really don't want to do that. So, it's better to oversize a wire than undersize it. When you're trying to pick panels online and you're trying to figure out what panels are good for RVs, don't type in solar panel for RV, okay? It doesn't make a difference for my residential solar panel to any other type of solar panel. It's all about your roof layout, how you want to put the solar panels up there, and to me it's all about size, right? So you got to find the right size panel for the section that you're working with. If you have a fan in the way and an air conditioner, or you want to put a solar panel in between the two and you're only working with 47.5 inches, and all these panels that you're finding online are 48 inches, they just don't fit. That's what you got to account for. It doesn't matter the manufacturer, it doesn't matter the brand, in my opinion. I'm definitely not any kind of brand loyalty to any solar panel, any manufacturer. I have 2 different types of solar panels up there right now. I've had a different type on my previous RV. I do not care about brand when it comes to the actual panels themselves. Now, brand loyalty and picking a manufacturer for solar panels is not, everyone doesn't feel the same way that I feel about it. To me, it's all about, who you buy it from and if they take care of you, if there's a problem. So, I'll put a link in the description below to where I bought all my equipment from, and I'll even link in there. I think I have a discount code for 5% off from their store, and you can buy, they have all sorts of different brands and manufacturers out there. They have inverters, batteries, panels. They have everything that you need. So reach out to Caza at RV Solar Connections. Again, link in the description below for all your solar panel needs. Should you make a flat mount, angled, or a mount that's capable of angling? It's a good question. To me, I just chose flat mount because I don't want to be getting up on the roof trying to mess with anything and do anything. Now, my over 5,000 watts of solar at flat mount is not going to do hardly anything in the winter in comparison to someone that has the same amount of solar that can tilt it, or even half the amount of solar that can tilt it. Because if you can tilt your panels, you can definitely gain a crap ton of efficiency in the actual, getting that panel's full rating more year round than you ever could flat mounting them. For my purpose and for what we use it for, and that's why I put that much solar up there, is I don't ever need anything more than that. The flat mount works great for me. But yes, tilting is the best way to get the most efficiency out of them. So if you have fewer panels and you can actually tilt them versus more panels that are flat, they're going to kind of equal out. So it just depends on what you want to do. Let's talk about how you wire up solar panels, okay? There's two main methods of wiring solar panels: series and parallel, okay? Series wiring, all right? So for example, I have 6 big panels here on each side of the RV. And it's 1, 2, 3 in series, and then 1, 2, 3 in series. And those two are connected in parallel. And what that means is panel number 1, 2, and 3 are connected to each other in series. So the positive of panel 1 goes into the positive of the overall system. And the negative from panel 1 feeds into the positive of panel 2, and the negative of panel 2 goes to the positive of panel 3, and then the negative of panel 3 now completes the circuit. So I have a negative on panel 3 and a positive from panel 1, and now that is one series connected solar panel setup, okay? So I did the same thing with the second set of panels, and then those two positives and the two negatives connect in parallel next to each other. So what that produces is higher voltage, because each panel you're connecting in series, you're increasing the voltage. So I'm going from 30 volts to the second one, now I'm 60 volts, and now the third one is 90 volts. It's technically a little bit more than that, but depending on your panel's rating, if they're 22 volt panels, if they're 28 volt panels, 32 volt panel, whatever the panel's voltage is, that's what you're going to increase when you connect them in series. Now when you connect them in parallel, the voltage stays the same, but now your amperage is what doubles, okay? So while connecting three panels in series gives me higher voltage, the amps stays nice and low. Connecting that second set in parallel, now the voltage stays the same, but now the amps have doubled because I have 2 sets of them. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Hopefully that gives you guys a good understanding of the solar panels themselves, how you can wire them series, parallel, and how they're rated based on their wattage. And last thing was, I think I talked about tilting versus flat, okay, how to mount them. I'm not going to go into detail too much because I want to keep these videos short. So next week, I think we're going to talk about going from the panels down to the next step, which is the charge controller. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments below. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, click all notifications, all that fun stuff. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Why Not RV. Bye.